The crackling barbecue fills the air with the aroma of chicken soaked in soy sauce, as does the coconut milk dredged fish. For Marshall Islanders living in Springdale, Arkansas, these are the sights and smells of a far-off home, a cookout at a local church.
You know, it's easy to find jobs and support yourself, but in the Marshall Islands, it's hard. Life there is hard.
Like DAISINA LOEAK, some 6,000 islanders live in the community. The first moved here 36 years ago.
Some of my families are back there, so I'll be afraid and worry about them.
LOEAK's worries extend 6,000 miles around the world to the string of tiny atolls that lie in between Hawaii and Australia.
But in terms of climate change, I know sea level rising will keep rising. And probably 10 to 20 years from now, we're all going to move.
A rising sea is engulfing the land, threatening the homes of the 70,000 people who live there.
The thought of evacuation is repulsive to us. We have been evacuated how many times in our history?
The country's foreign minister points to the nation's history as a World War II battlefield and then an atomic testing ground for the American military.
Picking up and leaving your home is something that is not an acceptable option.
It's a point he'll make when negotiators meet in Paris seeking a way to limit fossil fuel emissions. He says a rise in average global temperature of 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit will spell doom for his country.
We think that the more reasonable thing to do is to seek to end this madness, climate madness, where people think that smaller, vulnerable countries are expendable and therefore they can continue to do business as usual.
The government is building protective seawalls to fight the rising tides.
To prevent the waves from taking more.
Until then, many Marshallese find refuge in places like Springdale.
All the way from Springdale, Arkansas,
Bringing their culture abroad like this newly created Marshallese language radio station.
Are those decorations? And I said, no, actually they are where all the Marshallese are.
Pushpins on a map mark where the expatriate community is spread across America, and they have a need for immigration services. That's coming from Springdale's very own Marshallese diplomat, CARMEN, the Consul General. The Marshallese community is growing in America, but they pine for the paradise threatened at home.
Migrating out of the country because of climate change, like you say, it's something new. Because we're finally seeing the reality of it happening to our islands.
And carry the first-hand belief that climate change has human consequences. John Moan, Associated Press, Springdale, Arkansas.